Anyway, so I'm trying. Oh, I'm looking because now I'm learning the counters, telling me how many people in the room and whatnot. But what I'm doing today, for you guys who just joined me, I can talk about what I've been working on. Let me reach across the table. This is my board neck piece. This is the piece I was working on. I'm doing pieces, and you guys can see in the background here. This is the torso I'm working on. But what I'm going to do today is the boards have that one kind of like long mechanical arm thing. So I was going to cut a foam tube for that today really quickly and kind of start flying that out today. Also, I realized too when I'm building, it's a certain point where I need to stop and draw. I have to stop and kind of do some designs because I like kind of like have a general idea what I want to build and try to like make things up as I go. And sometimes I find it's better just to, you should draw your design out first. But I have not done that yet, so meanwhile I figure I'm just going to cut the arm thing and plow out the back a little bit. Good morning, Ted. How's the weather? Oh, how's the weather today? The weather is better today, guys. It was, they said so. We're about to be buried in a blizzard in Wisconsin. Wisconsin, you guys, yeah. I've been catching the news, guys, about the snow. Wow. I was originally born and raised in St. Louis, Missouri, and I'll tell you right now, I don't miss the winters at all. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do right now, guys, is I'm going to go ahead and I got some floor mat foam, of course. This is what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a tube out, and what I like to do that with is a foam ruler. And this little trick I learned from Bill Duran over Punish Props. Because in the old days, I used to cut metal strips of foam and just wrap it around my wrist and say, yeah, it's about the size, and then just measure it because I'm lazy. And Bill went ahead and just took a piece of foam and just put notches on it. And I thought, that's not a bad idea. So I went ahead and did that. So I took a piece of foam and wrapped it. And by doing that, I discovered that the diameter that I want, like so, it's about, it's 14 inches. So I'm going to do cut this guy 14 inches. So matter of fact, really quickly, like anything, I'm going to cut these little edges off really fast with my metal straight edge, my knife, and my sharpener. Tell you what, guys, I'm going to do is I'm going to go turn this camera. Yeah, people, you need your sleep. Okay, guys, excuse me real quick. I'm going to adjust the camera for you. There we go. Let's move some stuff here, guys, to get a better view. Okay. I got my trusty Crenshaw sharpener. If you guys want to get one of these, just go to my website, eviltedsmith.com, and shop on Amazon. That's the way you need to do. As a matter of fact, guys, while you're there on my website, don't forget to get on my mailing list, where you'll get a newsletter. And today is Tip Tuesday, where I get a little foam fabricating tips every Tuesday. All right, here we go. Okay, got that. The thing that's so funny is I like music. I like to put some music in the background if I could. But if I put music in the background, I realize if I do that, I won't. If I put it on YouTube, I don't know if I can get any kind of ad for that. So I'll have to look into that too as well. Here we go. Slicing, slicing. Got it. There we go. Now we do 14. So this we gust for the 14 inches. My mark. You guys realize I got the round, so I need to figure out how long I want to make this thing for my arm to be into it, because I want it to be up to the elbow, but I want to cover my hand. So let's do with the elbow cut out of it maybe a little bit. Let's do, okay. Let's make that 19. 19 looks good. Mark that right here. Put that boy out. So great. That's one thing cool about having a cutting board on your table, because you can just cut right on in there. Sorry guys, I zipped out of chapter a little bit. I'll be right with you. Get this cut. All right, fantastic. Here's my arm, guys. This is my piece. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna heat this guy up and roll it. Okay, so I'm just gonna read a couple questions here. You could wear headphones. Yeah, I could, but then I wouldn't be able to. How funny. All right, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get this rolled up. Now, what I like to do before I do that. Sorry, guys. Real quick. Get my heat gun. I got my trusty Wagner power heat gun. It's a funny story behind this, guys, because this one's kind of like a Cadillac of the heat guns, and you don't need that. I had a Harbor Freight one that was working fine. And of course, I dropped it a couple times, and when you drop stuff, especially it's not that well made, it stopped working. So I was in desperation. I was on a job. I needed to finish. So I had to run to Home Depot, and the only one they had in stock was this. So I said, oh, crap. I'll just buy this one and then keep the receipt, and then when I get a cheaper one, I'll just return it. But then time passed, and I forgot about it, so then now I'm stuck with this big-ass super Cadillac heat gun. All right, anyway, that being said, going to heat this up really quick here. The reason I'm heating this, guys, is because I want to roll it. I want this to kind of roll up a little bit. Because now I have some more. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to get this guy and kind of just keep it like that and roll it. Like so. There we go. Get that a little bit better. On this? Okay, here we go. Barge Cement in my glue pot. As a matter of fact, guys, can you big shout out to all you guys out there. Eventually, you guys can write to me on my Evil Ted page, eviltedsmith.com. I'm looking for glues and foams in different countries, because people write to me all the time and say, hey Ted, what's the alternative glue I can use in Australia? That's, you know, it's kind of like Barge, but I live in Australia, or I live in Thailand, or I live in UK. So all you people out there in different countries, if you guys can do me a big favor, write to me and tell me what is you guys are using. If you don't have Barge, what's an equivalent to Barge? If you don't have L200, what do you guys use? Because for some reason people come to me expect me to know this, and I don't. I would like, but I'm kind of thinking, you know, I would like to know this. I would like to know alternatives to different things. So when people write to me and ask me for alternatives, I would like to know some of them. So you guys out there across the country, you guys can definitely write to me and tell me what you guys use. So now, what I do, I like to speed things up with, is the hair dryer. So excuse me for the noise. All right. Probably people knew who I am. I like to put on glue at least 2 or 3 times. So this is good. But now I'm going to put on another thin coat, like so. It's drying up, so I'm going to apply my second coat. Because I like to, when I'm rolling it, get your kind of adhesive. Sometimes you have registration marks, but this I do not. So we're going to start with end to end, like so. So I kind of like to bend it, keep it flat, and line them up flush. That's the only way you're really going to get a good seam. Right, just like that. Right. Before we go any further, I flip around. I'm thinking maybe I should have put marks on this thing. All right, hold on. Line her up. Okay, almost there. Okay. Yeah. There it is. Ta-da! Okay, guys, our foam tube. There it is right there. So, matter of fact, yeah, I'm glad I trimmed off that quarter. This is already it's my it's my board arm. No, right, you can tell me that could probably. It's okay. It could have been even a little. I like to get as narrow as possible. Now I'm putting this on. I realize that I could probably gone a little bit more. I should have just went an inch, but this will work. It's fine. Okay. So I got that. I'm sorry for you people just come in. There's the floor mat stuff. Come in these big sheets like this. You can see with little hexes and stuff on it. I like it. It's inexpensive. It's easy to find. All right. There's a board. Yeah, I should show you guys real quick here. My board references. I have this guy. There's a board right here. You guys can see this here. I'm gonna flip it. Go bigger than this guy. He's got that crazy board arm. You can see that right there. Now, I've seen it. It goes. They're some are kind of weird. They have a lot of stuff on them, but very busy, which I like that feel of it. So I'm just gonna do this for a base and kind of add things to it as we go. But that's pretty much that for there. Tell you what, that's going to be this whole tube thing. Need to do some designs on that for now, so I'm going to put that aside. Okay, like so. Do something a little bit more interesting. So I'm going to bring up this guy. There you go. This is my Borg torso. You see, this was like the original pattern I used. So what it is, I traced it to make this, so kind of a blank slate. So what I'm gonna do is I put this on here so I can kind of draw on here what I want to have going on. So that's what I'm gonna do is I want to do something. Got that. And got that. There you go. Down. You come down like this. Got that going? Got that, got that. Okay. Now I get that plotted out. Let's jump to the floor for a minute, guys. That is my chest piece. It's got plotted out here. I'm going to kind of draw this out a little bit. Let's come down. Like that. Nice straight edge. All right, there we go. Got this, got that. Somebody just wrote, they said, Ted's pattern making skills are amazing. I hate pattern making. I think I'm too impatient. Well, I'll tell you what, the thing with the reason I got into making patterns is because Making a pattern gives you a chance to look at it and see what you're making, and then you can actually look at it and go, you know, I don't think that's working, or I don't like that, or. But I do hear you, because I understand about the thing of like just building something to get it done. And there's an organic way of making things, which is kind of fun. I've done that sometimes, but when you work at a prop house, as long as I have, there's very little times for mistakes. So they are kind of like you have a drawing or design they're giving you to build from, and you have to do that. So, but I tell you what, there. Okay, guys, I tell you what, I like this. Tell you what, I'm going to stick with that. Let me get the X-ACTO blade. There, see, I got my piece cut out. This is going to be my recess, so I'm going to cut this out as well too. Here's the fun part. Like, I'm just doing this pattern, and as I'm doing, I'm thinking about what thickness of foam that I want to use, and that kind of like decides and how it's going to play in this design. So, here it is. Now to show you guys, come up here. This is, we're going to place it here. This guy, like so. I'm just looking at it right now. Move the camera on, guys. The deal with pattern making, some little words of wisdom. Pattern making, when I make stuff like you do duct tape patterns, stuff like transfer things to poster board and cardboard. And the reason I do that is because I have them on file. Like when you guys do, you know, Pepacura, people have things on file. For me, paper patterns is having a file. So if you're making something, you're thinking, oh wait, this design is very much similar to that pattern I already made. So therefore, you're saving yourself all that work because some of the patterns you've already made can come play again on something else. So the general shape of things, I have patterns I try to make and keep, because the more patterns you make, the easier it is for you to build stuff, because you'll start taking the pattern you already have pre-existing, altering it or change it to make it turn into something else. But patterns are the way to make this stuff. As a matter of fact, I have patterns for sale in my store on Evil Ted Smith. If you go to eviltedsmith.com, I have patterns for sale. As a matter of fact, I'm frantically rushing to get next month, well, this month, February, I'm going to have more patterns up. I got a couple patterns I'm doing right now when I get up in the store. But patterns are the key. So the building could have patterns. Well, enough talk about that. Let's go find some foam to cut this guy out. Yes. Let's make some thick. If I do this, I'm going to do this low profile. I'm not going to be crazy with this. We'll keep this thin. All right, grab some foam. Got some red craft foam lying around. This is good thing. It's pretty thin. Stuff's pretty thin. So I'm going to just trace this pattern with that, like so. Okay. Oh, grab my pin cushion. There. Okay. Now we got that. Let's get my X-ACTO blade. See, this was frustrating. Oh, here it is. Somebody asked, how frequently do I replace these? And I do have the sharpener. The sharpener does work on them sometimes, but after a while, you should just replace your blade. But I always find that if you find that your X-ACTO blade is, when you're cutting, it's pulling and not cutting, then you just replace it. But they're relatively expensive. But, so there's a little bit of leeway. All right. Now let's go and cut this out. All right, there it is. See, there's the piece. Okay. Somebody says they have this exact pin cushion. Yes, the tomato, very popular. All right, guys, ready to go? So you can see it's going to go right here. And this guy. But that. So I like this indentation. Sometimes you could probably like burn some lines in there for some detail or whatnot. Well, what I'm going to do is, since I have this guy, I'm going to keep this. I'll show you guys what I'm up to here. For added detail, I mean, I like this, but I'm going to go ahead and take this same piece I cut out. I got a tin plate here real quick. Let's go ahead and do this real quick. Let's find that. Do here. Okay, trace that. Trace that. And somebody's asked me, "Hey, you making this up, Ted?" Yes, I'm making this up as I go. I thought it needed something in there, so my plan is to do that. I have this like sit inside there like that. Kind of do something. But tell you what, I'm gonna go ahead and, since I have this right now, I'm gonna take my Dremel. I got my stone tip on this. And what I'm gonna do is just knock the edge off these things a little bit. That just makes things a little cleaner. So I just take my Dremel. Okay. Now what I've done is taken a Dremel. I like to hit the edges because it just puts a nice little. If you want a square edge, it works great. But if you just want just clean it, just cleans things up a little bit for me. It's just a personal preference for mine. I really like that. You guys see it goes up. Matter of fact, let's pin this in place. Like so. Like that. And this little guy. Go like that. There you go. See, nice guy going on there. Somebody said, have we seen the entire suit yet? Like, no, not yet. Just got this piece right now. There's the leg, I got some thighs, I got some forearms. Matter of fact, I'll show you real quickly, guys, what I got here. All right, guys. Give gifts to this. Show you guys real quickly here. This is the right arm. You guys can see. I got the arm. I got the forearm piece. That's gonna go right kind of behind this guy, my Borg arm. So I have this. Got this. This is a little snug. I mean, granted, not too bad. I'm gonna have a spandex suit on this. So this has got thicker material. So, but this is my my right arm. There we go. Okay. But there you go. You guys can see now. Got the full arm. This is it. The elbow. I'm gonna make a hand, and the left arm is gonna be the tube. So got this. Got this. You got that. So now I'm just adding detail on this. I need to start working. I did the my lower midsection, but it just I used a thicker foam. Was not happy with it. I want to redo that again. Like that. Very thin layer of Barge. Now, some people I know probably noticed that there's different colors on this Borg suit because when I was making it, I was using what I had around the house when it came to foam. I wanted to start building something, and people was like, "I want to do something." I didn't know what I couldn't decide what I want to do. But I thought, you know, I'm gonna do a board because a board is very organic, and so it doesn't have to be precise or look like anything in particular. But just boards are pretty simple. I mean, like the concept of them are easy and fun to do. So I realized that I'm gonna do my board. My board I'm making is based on the movie board and the TV board. It's kind of a combination of both. I like there's reason some of the movie boards almost look too like big rubber suits. A lot of them are in the Star Trek. There are guys with spandex suits with parts stuck on them. But there's a combination of both. I really liked when it came together. So there you go. Tell you, guys can't see that. Yeah. This guy I kind of went crazy on the detail. This is fun. Got it going on there. Ooh, speaking of that, let me show you one more thing. You'll like this. One of these little plasma lights. See? Turn it on. Hold on. You can see on it. I bought that at like I think a Universal Studio or something like that years ago. But super, and that's a great low tech thing to do. It's just like pre-existing things, like build a costume, stick them to the backside of the costume. Okay, guys, got that done. You know something? I know we can work on today. I'm thinking about it. Is the back. There's a spine thing I want back here, and I had an idea. So I'll tell you what, I'm gonna draw. Let's just do that really quick. I'm gonna start drawing up some paper patterns for that. Yeah, it didn't look like doesn't look like I really cleaned that much, did it? Okay. No. Piece. 4.5. Okay. Got that. Now what we do is, guys, mix them all around real quick. Here's my center line. What I'm gonna do is I'm kind of like, I want to do a spine, but I'm gonna make like a Borg spine. So I'm gonna kind of just play with it. I was gonna do like a thing that comes up. Already I'm telling right now. Let's do that. I have it come up and then kind of get interesting. Okay, so you guys see what I'm going back here? Well, you can't really tell because I'm drawing with a pencil. See with a Sharpie, so you guys probably can see this a little better. I'm just kind of feeling out this spine thing on this Borg's back, and I realize that I want to do this out of like 1/2-inch foam, so I can kind of cut into it and whatnot. Do this. Come around, scoop down, flare out, cut back in, and come up. Like that. Now, by doing this, I like this, and I might take this and fit this on it, so I might be able to get 2 out of here, like kind of do this twice. And then add things on top of that. But right now, I've got this. So you guys can see, I have a piece of paper, I folded it, so I could just do this. Anyway, bit of a mess. Right there. Have my pattern drawn on one side, and now I'm going to fold it and trim this pattern out. See, and there it is. There's my my spine. Now, once again, this is a pattern. It's not. As I always said, it's not set in stone. So when you're building stuff, you can always change your mind. So let's do this right now and take a look at it, see if I like it. So we got going on here. Matter of fact, let's take a look at it for a second here. All right, guys, here we go. Ba ba ba, ga da ga ga ga. There. Now, let's go to 2 of these real quick. Get that going. Yeah. So you got 2 of these that can come. Got that. Okay. My interesting knife here. Now, in theory, Gotta check this pattern really quick here. Maybe two of these guys, right? Okay, got that. So, yeah, that. Got this. Once again, guys, can't preach the sharpener enough. Go in here, do a little curve cut. Like that. So I also, so like that movie when I worked in the film turned me into a Guyver fan. I didn't know of Guyver until like back in '89, or roughly sure that year, when Steve Wayne got the gig to direct the movie. I'm like, oh, this thing's familiar. And I saw a picture. I'm like, oh, that character. It's a great character. The story's great too. It's it's the guy being turned into a great Japanese premise. The guy being turned into a superhero, and the whole Zonoid thing was great. But the just the idea that I like the bad guys, the Zonoids, the guys who are just like humans, but they could transform into monsters they want. And they're able to become Zonoids at will. Is the kind of cool thing about it. They would just turn into monsters. They'd force themselves to turn into one. There you go. Yeah. Okay. The reason I'm getting kind of willy-nilly with this X-ACTO knife is I'm going to go back to this with a Dremel and kind of clean everything up a little bit. Okay, guys, get this going now from the Dremel. Because I want to definitely do some detail. I'm gonna put, maybe I'll have a secondary piece on this, but before I do that, I'm going to have bevel this all down a little bit with the Dremel. Matter of fact, I'm going to do this bevel on the lower bottom side. Oh, look how it comes up underneath there a little bit. As a matter of fact, now look at it. Probably go a little narrow on top, I think. Let's make, like, keep this guy wide, but I'll probably go a little narrow down here, maybe. Okay. Now, let's go up here. You're back. Granted, they're not done yet, but it's going to get right where they kind of fall. So let's pin it in place. We'll take a quick look at them. Yep, I got this. Wrong one, dead. One. This guy's up top here right now. Up here. Kind of like that. So I'm going to there, so you kind of see it going on there. Now just make it like a nice little piece that goes here, like a triangular piece. Yeah, that's about right. Looks good, so I'll do that. I try to stream every day, Monday and Tuesdays from 9 a.m. to 11 Pacific Standard Time, guys. I'll be here. Monday was off to a little rough start because my internet got knocked out. And but I will definitely now it's getting on the system. So at my board, and it's going. Even though I know for a fact I will not be streaming. I mean, but I'm gonna keep working on this, even though I'm not streaming. But I'll definitely try to keep you guys updated what I'm doing and how it's going, stuff like that. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to go to my. If you guys are on YouTube, go to YouTube and go to Evil Ted Smith. Just type in Evil Ted. I'll come up and subscribe. And also, guys, tell your friends about me. Tell your friends. Get them to go to my website. Get on my mailing list. Shop through Amazon. And get the word out there, guys, because I would love to get out there. And also, I would love to meet you guys in person. So I'm all about going to cons. So I'm definitely going to try to get up there. Thank you so much for guys watching. I will catch you back next time right here on the Twitch channel, the Evil Ted channel, right here on Twitch, guys. Thank you.